8 tips to avoid stomach bloating. You're on your first date with your crush, things are going great, and you've just enjoyed some drinks and a big fancy meal together. But just when you think things are going a little too smoothly, it happens. Your stomach starts to expand, your jeans start to feel too tight, and suddenly your conversation is interrupted by a very loud gurgle. There's an awkward pause, and your crush gives you a weird look. Oh dear. Time to take action before your tummy troubles ruin the night. Hello and welcome to MedTouch, the best place to find the right medical information. Whether you ate a little too much or a little too quickly, or your stomach just didn't quite agree with your last meal, we get you. Bloating can be uncomfortable, painful, and extremely annoying, especially when you're just trying to relax and enjoy yourself around others. That swollen, uncomfortable, and painful feeling is the result of a buildup of air and gas inside your digestive tract, typically caused by eating too much of the wrong types of food or beverages. You can say goodbye to bloating and embarrassing stomach grumbles by making just a few small changes to your diet and lifestyle. That's why in today's video, we're sharing 8 simple and effective tips to avoid unwanted bloating and help keep your stomach happy and healthy. Tip number 1. Eat your food slowly. Have you ever been so hungry that you gobbled down a big plate of food as quickly as you possibly could, but instead of feeling satisfied afterwards, you ended up giving yourself an uncomfortable food baby that you had to carry around for the next few hours? When you eat too quickly, you add an extra ingredient into your meals: air. And when you swallow too much air, it gets trapped in your stomach, resulting in unwanted bloating and gas retention. Eating too quickly can also cause you to overeat and consume too much food in one meal, resulting in further bloating, discomfort, indigestion, and potential weight gain. So when you're feeling hungry or you're in a rush, try to make an effort to slow down and eat your food mindfully. It takes about 20 minutes for your stomach to signal to your brain that it's full, so take your time. Chew your food thoroughly and engage all your senses. And here's a bonus. Eating slower and more mindfully can help you gain control over your portion sizes and reduce your cravings for unhealthy foods, which in turn can help you shed some extra pounds and maintain a healthy weight. So instead of loosening your belt after every meal, you may find yourself tightening in an extra notch. Tip number 2. Avoid carbonated drinks. Sipping on a cool, refreshing carbonated beverage can be a great way to unwind, especially on a lovely summer's day. But unfortunately, when you're trying to avoid bloating and stomach issues, your favorite fizzy beverage will likely cause you more pain than comfort. This is because the bubbles contained in carbonated drinks are actually made from gas, so when you consume these beverages, excess gas gets trapped in your stomach, causing it to expand, leaving you feeling sore and bloated. And if you happen to be consuming a beverage that also contains artificial sugars and alcohol, then you've got yourself a recipe for a bloating disaster. Artificial sweeteners such as sorbitol can't be properly broken down by your digestive system. As a result, they cause an imbalance in your gut bacteria, resulting in further bloating, gas, diarrhea, or all 3. And when you add alcohol to the equation, things get even worse for your poor stomach. Alcohol signals to your body to produce more stomach acid in order to metabolize the liquor in your system. This causes inflammation and swelling of the lining of your stomach, causing it to expand and become bloated. Alcohol also slows down your digestive system, which can result in water retention in your digestive system, dehydration in the rest of your body, and of course, constipation at the end. And constipation is something you most definitely want to avoid, as it's one of the main culprits for an upset, sore, bloated tummy. So the next time you reach for that sugary, fizzy, alcoholic beverage, pour yourself a big glass of fresh water instead. Or better yet, brew yourself some soothing peppermint tea. Peppermint tea is great for aiding digestion and calming your stomach after a big meal. It helps the gut relax, relieve spasms, and remove gas from your digestive tract, which in turn helps you feel much less bloated and uncomfortable. Tip 3. Go easy on the spices. Adding a kick of spice to your meals can be a great way to enhance the flavor and aroma of your food. But while your taste buds might be having the time of their lives, your stomach certainly won't be. When you consume too much spicy food, your stomach has to produce more stomach acid in order for your digestive system to metabolize it. This excess stomach acid ends up fermenting in your digestive system, causing irritation, cramping, diarrhea, and of course, bloating. So, as the saying goes, you can indeed have too much of a good thing. You don't need to part ways with your beloved bottle of hot sauce. Just try to be a little less heavy-handed. You can still enjoy foods that pack a punch by seasoning your meals with mild spices or flavorful herbs like basil or rosemary instead. Tip number 4. Avoid preserved, processed, and fatty foods. When you're in a rush and you don't have time to cook from scratch, it can be tempting to go for quick and easy options such as canned or processed foods. However, when you're trying to avoid bloating and stomach pains, these types of foods are certainly not as convenient as they seem. Canned, preserved, and processed foods contain high levels of sodium. Sodium can have many negative side effects on your body, including causing your body to swell and retain water. So naturally, it's a big no-no when trying to avoid bloating. Fatty foods are also something you'll want to avoid when you're trying to achieve a flat tummy. Not only can they contribute to weight gain, but they also slow down digestion, which can trigger gas, constipation, and exacerbate symptoms of bloating. These foods are typically high in sodium too, so they're not doing you any favors in the bloating department. Instead, stick to eating fresh, healthy foods that are rich in vitamins and minerals, and when possible, cook your meals from scratch to avoid any hidden gas-producing ingredients that will cause your stomach upset and irritability. Tip 5. Avoid certain foods that cause bloating and gas. Eating a diet rich in fiber is essential for keeping your digestive system happy and healthy. However, certain high-fiber foods can be major culprits for producing excess gas and unwanted bloating. Some of these major players include beans, lentils, chickpeas, apples, stone fruits, onion, garlic, and vegetables such as cabbage, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. These foods are typically high in FODMAPS. FODMAPS are types of sugars and carbohydrates that some people find hard to digest, particularly those who suffer from irritable bowel syndrome. Unfortunately, there are many foods that are high in FODMAPs, so it can be difficult to pinpoint which foods are potentially causing your digestive system grief. To make this process easier, try keeping a food diary. You can download a food diary app on your phone to help you keep track of everything you eat over the course of a week. Make note of any foods that could potentially be upsetting your stomach and then eliminate them from your diet to see if your symptoms improve. If there are several foods that you suspect may be making you bloated or extra gassy, a low FODMAP diet may provide you with some much needed relief. However, be sure to seek advice from your doctor or a qualified dietitian before making any long-term dietary changes. Tip 6. Consider changing your milk. Milk might be good for strengthening your bones, but when it comes to your stomach, it can wreak some serious havoc. This is because milk contains lactose, which for many people is hard to digest. In fact, 2/3 of the adult population will experience symptoms associated with lactose intolerance at some stage of their life. Lactose intolerance occurs when your body cannot properly digest lactose due to a deficiency in an enzyme known as lactase. Without enough of this enzyme, your body is unable to break down and absorb the sugar contained in milk. Instead, it gets fermented by naturally occurring bacteria in your colon known as microflora. This fermentation process triggers the release of excessive gas and fatty acids, which in turn results in expansion of your bowel walls and causes stomach pains, cramps, and uncomfortable bloating. Luckily, there are many milk alternatives available that won't cause your stomach to balloon. Try switching your regular milk to lactose-free milk. Lactose-free milk has added lactase, so it's much easier for you to digest. Or ditch the dairy altogether and try a plant-based alternative such as soy milk, almond milk, or oat milk. Tip 7. Stay active. Whether it's a leisurely stroll, a brisk jog, or a swim in the ocean, exercise in any form can be great for promoting regular bowel movements, preventing constipation, and combating excess gas that causes your stomach to become sore and bloated. So instead of plunking yourself down on the couch after that big meal, stand up and get yourself moving. Just half an hour of physical activity can provide you with much more relief than binge watching your favorite shows for the next few hours. Tip 8. Seek medical advice. Feeling sore and bloated after a big meal is normal. We all experience it. However, if you find yourself bloated, sore, and uncomfortable after every meal, even after trying the above-mentioned tips in this video, it might be time to seek advice from your doctor. Frequent bloating may be a symptom of an allergy or intolerance to certain foods such as gluten or dairy, or it may be a cause of an underlying condition such as Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome, celiac disease, constipation, or even bowel cancer. So if you suspect something is out of whack with your digestive system, speak to a healthcare professional as soon as possible. So there you have it. 8 tips to keep your tummy happy, healthy, and free from bloating. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, leave us a comment, and turn on that notification bell so we can stay in touch.